What's up? I know it's been a really long time. The last video I made was when I just got my internship offer and I talked about how I got the internship. I am now about 3 months into the internship, so I figured I'd give a little update on what it's like to be a software engineering intern. So if you are going into your very first internship and don't know what to expect, hopefully this gives you a bit of insight. Now, when I went into this internship, I knew that it was going to entail a lot of low-level programming, embedded systems, stuff that I wasn't super familiar with, but I thought, hey, this won't be that bad. I mean, I've worked with microcontrollers. I've done a bunch of other stuff in school. I've written assembly language and all this stuff. I was like, this will be fine. So my first day comes around, I walk in, and within a couple of days, I realized that I didn't know anything. It took like 3 days just to get my laptop set up so I could even start working on anything. So after like 3 days, it's finally all set up and I get my first project. And this is a pretty long-term project that we're working on. So they explain it to me, they show me all the different pieces of hardware I'm gonna be using, they help me get set up. Now I start working on this thing and I still don't even know what it is. Even after all the explanation and everyone showing me what it's gonna do and what it's supposed to do, I do not even have the slightest ability to comprehend what the hell I'm doing. Imagine working on a project where you don't even know what this project is supposed to be. That's how little I knew and understood. And it was by no fault of anyone there. I could ask literally any question and they were happy to answer it and help me through everything. But even the answers required me to know some other piece of knowledge that I just had never been exposed to. I would come home just mentally exhausted, not from actually working on the project or programming anything, but just from listening to their conversations, being involved in conversations, and just having no idea what they were talking about. I was just grasping onto any word they said so that I could go home and at night before bed, watch YouTube videos on any thing I could remember from that day. And I would just do this over and over again. I would get home and I would immediately start looking up articles and watching YouTube videos on something that we were talking about just to get a basic understanding of what it even was. However, after doing this over and over and over again, day by day, coming home, grabbing onto any bit of information that they were talking about and then YouTubing it and looking it up, I started to piece things together. I started to get it. It just all came to me and I just realized you just got to keep on learning one little thing at a time. Eventually, everything will just come together and you'll just have a moment of, I get it. I understand what I'm doing now. So when you start your internship, don't be surprised if you walk in there and just physically don't understand a single thing that's happening. I have a feeling that's pretty normal as an intern because that's going to be your first experience working at a company. It might feel like you don't belong there. It might feel like you are just a horrible software engineer that you don't know anything. But if you just keep at it and grasp onto every bit of information you can and just try your hardest, you'll eventually start to piece things together and over time, you will get it. Now I'm at a point where I walk into the office, I don't need any direction from anybody. I can just go down, start working on my projects, and honestly, I've been working on them more than anyone else, so I probably know more about how they work than everyone else does. Now my internship officially ended like 2 weeks ago, but I'm still there. They kept me around. I'll be there till I graduate. So I'm obviously doing enough to justify them keeping me. So don't get down, just keep working at it, look stuff up, and if you listen hard enough, eventually you will hear enough things that everything just starts to fall together and you'll get it. You'll start to get what is happening at whatever company you're at. So yeah, I hope that gives you a bit of insight into what it's like to be a software engineering intern. It's going to be confusing, it's going to be hard, you're always going to feel like you're behind and you have no idea what's going on. But I promise you, if you just try hard enough, you will start to understand things. It's just inevitable. If you stick with something long enough, you'll just get it. If you have any other questions about what an internship is like, feel free to just throw them in the comments and I'll try to get on here and answer them. But good luck everyone with your internships and your future careers and finishing school or wherever you're at. Whatever you're doing, good luck.